Many people think that because an individual was adopted, they should think of themselves as lucky or fortunate to have escaped what might have been their life in their birth country. Though that may be true for most, not many people think of the adverse impacts that adoption has on an individual. I'm here today to tell you about the negative impacts that adoption can have. Some background information. Between the years of 1980 and 2015, there was a rise of adoptions within the United States. This was because China adopted a one-child policy for all families. Over the years, there have been approximately 1.7 million adoptions in the United States, with 85% of them being international adoptions and nearly 60% of them from Asia. The transracial adoption paradox. Over the years, out of the 1.7 million adoptions, nearly 95% of the adoptive parents were white, with 85% of the adoptions being international and 60% of them being from Asia. This created the transracial adoption paradox. This paradox created a stereotype which promoted the idea that Asian Americans had honorary white status and discounted their minority status. This stereotype added complexity among adopted individuals who were trying to discover their meaning of self and identity. The struggle to find an identity. Some of these problems stem from the transracial adoption paradox, which, like I said, is when an adopted individual from a different country is treated as white because of their parents. This can cause confusion for an individual, including racial and ethnic identity and cultural socialization and assimilation. Other factors that contribute to an individual's struggle to find an identity include discrimination and ethnic group self-descriptors. The Adoption Triad. The Adoption Triad consists of the adopted individual, the adopted family, and the birth family. Research shows that being part of this can create lifelong developmental and psychological challenges to the adopted individual and the families. Out of these development and psychological challenges reveal that 17.1% of adopted individuals seek or require counseling services, and compared to the 8.6% of non-adopted individuals. The adopted individuals who seek or require counseling present issues for treatments that fall under three different categories: adoptee identity development, birth parent searches and reunion, and overall psychological adjustment outcomes for adoptees. Studies have showed that there's a higher suicide threat for adopted individuals. Through a study between the years of 1998 and 2008, there were 692 adopted children and 540 non-adopted children that were taken in and questioned. They were questioned and measured in the areas of suicide attempts, clinical disorders, family environment, personality, and academic disengagement. After the study, results showed that the risk of suicide in adopted individuals was 4 times greater than in non-adopted individuals. Here are my references. And thank you. Any questions?